what's the difference between the GUI buttons and just buttons. So the GUI buttons, so the word GUI when it comes, it basically means a 2D screen, right? So if I let me just show you, if I just quickly open up the project. So basically GUI is a part of the HUD, and what is HUD is called as HUD, heads up display. All right. So when you have mentioned over here that the GUI buttons and just buttons. So when you mention buttons, it's actually the part of GUI. So as I said, mentioned earlier, for this you need to have a widget blueprint, and you need to create a widget itself for this, right? So regarding the UMG tools, right? Uh, Over here, if I talk about a simple button, if we made this project, right? If you are already there in this level, you will know what I'm talking about. So in this, we were learning about different kinds of UIs we can make, and a 3D UI which you can import it inside the 3D world as well, right? So over here we can interact with the buttons over here, right? We have the restart button, main menu button, all these things. We can interact with all of them, right? As you can see. So these buttons, maybe you're talking about the difference between these buttons and the GUI button which is inside. So if I open up a widget blueprint, so the person who have asked this question, if you have more queries about this, then you can just quickly ask it in the chat, or otherwise we can solve it later on after the session. So if I open up this blueprint, right, this is a GUI button, right? So inside the GUI is made inside this widget blueprint. Inside this widget blueprint, if I go inside the designer tab, right? Inside this designer tab, you can see over here in the palette, we have all kinds of buttons. I can just drag and drop anywhere. Alright, but make sure it is inside of the canvas, otherwise it won't be displayed. And then you can add any style, any color, and anything you can do with this button, right? So yeah, so I think your query is clear. So if I just convert this widget inside a blueprint, then I can use that widget inside a 3D object, then it becomes a 3D widget, kind of, right? So you can call this as a 3D button or something. But 3D button will be actually a 3D object of a button as well, right?